guys, Nancy Bell, my fairy treasures. Okay, where is my mirror so I can look into this? Here it is. Make sure I'm in frame. Pretty good there. First try. Okay, you guys, we're on part 2. If you did not see and you don't understand what the heck this is and what this is, go to part 1 of this video. Okay? And, oh, sorry guys, and you'll understand. Okay, so you guys, part 2, we did our layers of collage bits of just book pages, music notes, and then the colored collage bits, okay? And I've been putting these clamps on here because this book is huge and it kind of gives me a flatter surface to work with. So, okay, so put those down there. Here, this page is all done. We don't want to interrupt that page or get anything on it, so we will do that. All right, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to do paint, okay? I'm going to use this here, this acrylic fine touch paint. You guys look, only $1.75. You guys, this was originally like $7. That was at Hobby Lobby, 90% off sale. And I'm so happy that I'm using so much of my stuff that I got from that sale. So much. It's awesome. Okay, I'm going to take a baby wipe and do the baby wipe on this. So I'm going to take the acrylic paint and use it with the baby wipe. When you do that, it spreads it and it makes it more translucent. So you can see through it. Because we still want to see through everything. Right? So we can still see like the script and we can still see some of the designs and, you know. So it takes a acrylic paint and makes it translucent. Okay, which I've said a million times, so I'm sure people are like tired of hearing me say that. But anyway, okay, we're gonna take a little bit of this green, of this olive green, which I really love. It's gelato, because we have this little ceramic plate thing that's gonna be going in the pottery below my Native American. Excuse me, my native. So let's just go ahead and mark this in little circles. Let's see if I smear it with my finger, how it'll do. Oh, it does just fine. Sometimes I add a little bit of water, but I probably just dip my finger. Because as we all know, they're water soluble. And I've been trying my best to start using my gelatos more because they sit over in this little container in my cart and I like never pull them out. I'm like, okay, Angela, you need to pull those out. As you guys see, I always try to like pull some of my stuff out. So I'm always using a lot of different products. But let me say this, you do not have to use a bunch of different products. If you only have to do any of this stuff, you never need to buy any of these fancy paints. You could just simply use whatever. These were 2 for $1.50 a piece, apple barrel paints. Use it with a baby wipe and wipe it right on, and it will give you that translucent effect with just some cheap 50-cent acrylic paint, and you can make it look just as good for sure. Okay, then I want to use this this like, it's like an ochre color, but it's in the gelato. Ooh, I like that. I like it. Just take that and wet it a little bit more with my finger. Sometimes your fingers are just like the best tools ever. Now, remember I said about this green color in my last video? It's not really green, you guys. It's weird. This is an ink. It's those FW De La Ronis that we got for like $1.70 at Hobby Lobby. That's at that sale. I'm gonna put it on top of this other yellow. It's crazy. You would think that I'm going to ruin this, but look. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a beautiful baby poop color. I heard somebody say that describing some yarn one time. I thought, that sounds nasty, but then it was beautiful and I understood what she meant. Anyway, I like to put it on top of that of that, this color here. So put this down and then put this on top of it. I don't know how I discovered that, but I did, and I like it. So, you know, I'm going to throw some of that brown to break some of that up, because that's just too much right there, the same. You can't have that. You gotta have the same. Okay, there we go. That kind of breaks up that yellow so that there's different stuff going on. Okay, that looks good. And I like to do big splotches of color. It's just like what I like to do. You know, I don't want to waste any paint, so I'm just going to put what I have left with my finger back into the jar. Okay. Look how yummy that looks. Doesn't it look like you want to eat that? I mean, don't do it, but it looks delicious. I love this color brown. It is so pretty. Look how rich and pretty that is. It's gorgeous. Oh, and I should tell you guys, these being $1.75 and they're regularly $6.99, I went ham on these. I have so much of this paint. It's a really thick acrylic, more of an artist grade type of acrylic paint. It's wonderful. Okay. Next, let's do some stamping, and then we'll do some stenciling. So, stamps. I always keep a bag of my favorite stamps, which is a good and a bad thing. That means I don't get into my other stamps because I get lazy. But anyway, this is some of my favorite stamps. I keep them in a Ziploc baggie. My favorite one, which is a script stamp, which we'll be using that also shortly. Okay, so let me put some stamps out. Oh, I didn't use this one on my last one. Okay, so I love this Admit one. It's so cool. You're just looking for cool marks to put in your thing, to put on your background. And also, things will just look cool coming up through the background. One thing I like to do is I use a cheap glue stick, not one that sticks good, but a cheap one where it doesn't stick good, and use that because the stickiness always goes off of my back of my stamps. Okay. I don't know if I should say the word goes off. I don't know. The stickiness is always like removed somehow. All right, I'm going to use this brown right here. This is a gorgeous brown. It's Ranger's Archival ink, and it's sepia. It's beautiful. It's not cheap, you guys. It's like probably $10 for this thing, but I used a coupon, so I probably got it for $5 or $6, which isn't bad for a big old thing. It's lasted me forever, so hopefully this is all dry. Yeah, it is. I didn't even check. I just started stamping. Okay. Oh, I love this stamp. Oh, this stamp is everything. Okay. Put that away. I love this little, I don't know what it's called, little filigree stamp. It's not a filigree, it's something else, but it doesn't matter. Makes a cool mark. Okay. And I love using brown because this is all very fall, very browny toned, and it really will look like in the background. It won't show up, to, you know, overstated, just like it's in the background, which is what I want. Okay. I also have another dark brown. I also have an olive color, which I could bust out, but I'm not going to bust it out. What I like to do is with either my acrylic paints for my backgrounds or with my stamp pads, use the colors that are in the background. If you stick with those colors, then everything remains in the background. I know that sounds redundant, but Diane Reevely said that to me, and it really stuck with me. And she's right. If you want things to be in the background, don't put red on top of here. Then that's going to stand out. We want all of this to look like it's in the background because it is the background. To get a little bit more redundant. Okay. There's like Angela, please. All right. These, I love these stamps. This is a, This is a pen nib for calligraphy, which I do calligraphy. I just started learning it. I love it. And this is a stamp. Yeah, you guys, in that Hobby Lobby 90% off sale, they had calligraphy books and all the calligraphy pens and everything. So I picked up myself calligraphy pens, calligraphy books. You guys, it's not easy, but it's not anything like you think. It's not hard at all. You know, it takes practice. It's another skill. It's another skill-based type of thing you have to learn. But it is so fun. I love it. In fact, I need to get back to it. I was practicing every night for like 20, 30 minutes in my bed. Like I would knit for so long, and then I would practice my calligraphy in bed. Love that pen nib. That's what made me think of it, because of this little pen nib. It's so cute. Okay, we're getting a lot of good marks on here. And you can make marks. Remember, I did a video. Check the video I did before this one, and I showed you how to make marks with just household items and acrylic paint. So you don't need stamps. You don't need stamping. You can use just household items and use those to make marks. Because really what we're doing is making marks. No one's really going to see exactly what all these individual things are when we're done. So, all right. I'm going to use this. I love it. It's another stamp. You guys noticing a trend? I love stamps and calligraphy pens and love stuff like that. Love it. This looks really cool. Okay. And we're probably going to end it here. I got enough marks going. Okay, we're good. Let me put this back in my bag. And we'll put all this away. All right. My stamp block up there. You know what they said? They said a lot of people have said that they have these blocks. If you guys ever wonder, at Dollar Tree. But I've never seen these stamp blocks at Dollar Tree. But I really like this stamp block because it has lines. So when you need to get really specific and really straight, not just how I'm just doing it as a background, you can line your stamp up on these. So when you do find stamp blocks, look for the ones with the lines on them. They're fabulous. Okay, what are we doing now? Next, we're going to do some script. I love taking my background after I do like all my stamping and taking my script stamp. You kind of know it's kind of like my thing. Not that I own it, but anybody can buy a script stamp and stamp it down. But I just really love doing it. Like in almost every piece, you'll see like some script stamping. And I don't want it to look even or anything like that. I just want it to look like, you know, like you're seeing it here and there. So if I don't get a good stamping of it, perfect. And when you're using your stamps or you're using your household items to make marks, you're not looking for perfection. This is all just in the background. But look what that does. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Look what it does. It just does something cool to the background. And then I'm going to throw some black script over this. Because I do want some of the black shows up more, right? So it kind of brings the background up just a little bit. Okay. Love it. It brings a little vintage feel, I think, when you have the script on there and just do it in places. Bits and bobs of script. Okay, love that. And I love these ink pads, you guys. Like I said, they're not cheap. They're probably 10 bucks. But use the coupons, you'll spend $5 or $6 on them. Or when they're on sale, pick them up. But they are wonderful inks. And you can spray water right on top of them because they're archival. I also like this stamp pad. It's by Ranger too. And it seems to be like kind of I don't know if it's archival, but it doesn't, when you spray water or color or paint over it, it doesn't melt away. So you can get these at Tuesday Morning for $1.99. So they're nice. Pick those up if you see them. That's a good price. Especially if you don't want to spend, you know, $5 or $6 on these. So, okay. Let's put that away. Now, next, let's go to some really cool stencils. This stencil I love. These are Delta stencils. They're stencils by Delta. And it was when I very first started getting into stencils and I almost had a heart attack because of the damn price. I was like, oh my God, these people are crazy trying to charge me $10 for a stencil. So these were at Joann's and I only paid really cheap, like $1 a piece or something. I think they're fabulous. And there's some of my oldies, but goodies. I've had these forever. So this one and this one right here is really cool too. I've had it forever. Isn't that neat? It says all those words on it. I don't even know if they have these still at Joann's or not, but they had them at that time. So anyway, just wanted to share that. Okay, so let's put some marks down with my stencil here. Did I put, oh, okay. Okay, these are the, I was going to pull some other stencils out, but this is fine. You know what? Sometimes the less you pull out, the better. And just work with what you pull out because it gets crazy. Sometimes I pull out so much stuff, there's no way I can use it all. And in this way, it's kind of less stressful when you have less stuff to work with because you don't have to keep making decisions on what you're going to choose. Try to remember that when you're buying stuff too. The less you have, the less stress of what you want to choose to use. You're like, Angela, you're one to say that, okay? Mrs. Shopper. I know. Okay. I love this one right here. I love them all. This one says peace. So let's use the one that says peace. I'll move my water out of the way. Put that up here in the corner. And some of this stuff is going to get blocked out. And you only can see little bits and pieces of it. And that's fine. When you're doing this type of mixed media, it's all about the layers. It's not about one individual little thing. It's about the layers. And you'll see little bits and pieces of things. Okay, that says peace, love. We'll do love down here in the corner. You know, I'll do a picture with a bunch of like a pretty girl and butterflies and birds. And then in the corner, I'll just throw one of these up there in the corner on a page. I think it looks cool. I love to do stuff like that. Makes your piece look kind of street, you know? All right, this one says happiness. Let's put that one right here. You guys know I'm a big fan of like beautiful graffiti art. Like beautiful art that's done on walls. Love it. Okay, that's cool. Now what I want to do is, this is a Andy Skinner. I got this at Tuesday Morning. I've told you guys a million times. I think I paid $1.50 for this. This is a $10 stencil. Love this stencil. I would have paid the $10 for it. I use it all the time. Obsessed with the stamp stencil. Okay. It's totally worth it. I love this right here. It says ticket number 37. We're going to put that right across here. And what's cool is I'm going to be, as my focal point, it's going to be one of those, I showed you guys yesterday, a Native warrior that I drew and painted. And I love the look of like this steampunky stuff mixed with the Native warriors. I think it's gonna look cool. Well, mixed media. I love mixing everything. I love the mix. Okay, let's do a 751 like I did over there. But we got to be careful to try to get it in here because the page is turning. Hopefully I get it. Yeah, I think I got it. There we go. Cool. Love that. All right, I'm looking for my, oh, here it is. So can I make sure you guys are seeing all this? Oh, you know, I could be on, there we go. Sorry. Sorry, it was off a little bit. So this is just some black acrylic paint with the makeup sponge. Get those for $1 a pack over at Dollar Tree, of course. Love those. You know, let's do this word steam right there. That would be kind of cool. Love it. There's nothing on here I don't like. Let's put the word caution. Oh, I don't want caution. Oh, number 152. We'll put that right here at the bottom. That's cool. And let's do 1456. That's just some numbers that are right here. That's cool. And let's just throw industrial right across here. Now, I know my focal point's going to go right here, so it's going to get covered up, but who cares? It's underneath there, and it looks cool. That's why I'm not throwing too much here, because I'm going to be, I know my focal point's going right about in the middle there. This might show up as 152. You guys will see me. I use the heck out of this stencil. You guys will always see me use this. I love it. And this one. Love it. You know what? Since it's kind of skinny, I'm going to use the word, ooh, believe. Right here on the edge. I need some more paint. So when you're going to go in, as you guys see, when you're going to go in with the black, these are things that are going to pop out a little bit. They're not going to be completely in the background. So just know that. Oh, I like that little believe right there. Cool. All right, so I think I'm done with this. I believe. Let me just look through most of my stencils I have sitting here, just in case. No, I think I'm good. I am good. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I could get stencil crazy and just keep going. And sometimes you need to know when to stop. Okay, moving on. Just a second, you guys. I'm just fixing up my stencils over here. They're kind of like a little mess going on. I need to kind of control myself. Okay. Ooh, there's a stencil here I can't wait to use. I'll show it to you guys. It says Farmers Market, Country Fresh Vegetables, hand selected and hand packed since 1921. Look how cool that stencil is. Isn't that cool? I don't know why I pulled it, because I wasn't going to use it in this, but love that. Got to figure out a way to use that stencil in something. Okay. Moving on. Oh, now we want to do ink. I want to throw some ink over some things. Oh, before I do that, I like to use this thing to make little, like, coffee ring stains. Now, you can use a toilet paper roll, or you can use this one. I have my toilet paper roll around here somewhere. Anyway, this one's from my paper towel roll. And it's a little bit smaller, and I think that looks really cool. So, and I'm going to use my dark brown ink. Daily, what is it called? Daly-Rooney. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, I got the right one. One day I thought this was my sepia brown, and it was black, and I was like, oh, not there's something wrong with it, but I didn't want black. If you don't have the inks, just use some water. I'm watering down the ink too. Just use some watered down acrylic paint, whatever color you want to use. And we just want to just go like this. Love it. I was in the kitchen one day and well, I'm in the kitchen every day, but anyway, I was in the kitchen and I was changing my toilet paper roll and I went, oh, I like the size of that. That's like smaller than my toilet paper roll. That would actually look, I think, look even more cool. And that's, well, let me dry this and then we'll do the ink over it. If you don't want to hear the dryer, go ahead and fast forward. You know how I told you I have the bag of my favorite stamps? You know what I need to pull out because I love it? I gotta look through my stamps. I love ones with clocks and watches. I usually always have clocks or watches in my work and somewhere in the background, and I just didn't pull it. And the reason it made me think of that is because I was supposed to do this. Like when I was doing all my collage bits, I wanted to collage down some of this napkin, this black clock in there. I forgot. No major. I mean, I had it pulled, but I forgot. I wanted to do some of this with this butterfly and maybe that writing there. And then this is just cool. That I got at Dollar Tree, you guys. Isn't that the most, I almost said kick A napkin. Okay, you're not in your living room, Angela. These are cool napkins here with the clocks. I got those at Dollar Tree. I got this one at Dollar Tree. This one is at Dollar Tree, quite a lot of different Dollar Trees. And I got this in a Dollar Tree. These are all Dollar Tree napkins right here. They're fabulous. Anyway, I had all those pieces. I didn't use them, but I meant to. Okay. It's not like I don't have enough on this page. I'm good. Okay, now let's go ahead and use the Daly-Rooney FW ink again for some drips. For drippage. All right, now you guys are going to see me come in and out of frame because I got to bring this book up, okay? So, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Oh my gosh, it's not even easy bringing this book up. All right, the book's going to be up for a second, so talk amongst yourself for a second and you'll see what I just did. Because you got to do the dripping from the top and then it has to drip down, so the book has to be up. Okay, paintbrush, let's go. All right. So I'll be back in frame in a second. And I'll show you guys what I did. I'll show you what I did and turn the book around so you guys can get a look at it the right way. Oh, I love it. Like that script stamp. Drips is something else I love. It's like, I love dressing like this. I love wearing like ripped jeans with some type of lacy top and some beautiful jewelry. It's that shabby and that chic, you know? It's kind of like the grunge with lace. I think it's cool. And I think I like to do my art the same way. Make it pretty, but make it grungy at the same time. I think that's cool. Pretty and grunge. It's a grungy pretty. You guys are like, Angela, you're crazy. Okay, I think I've done enough. Just a second, I gotta wipe up my mess. And then I'll be down to show you guys. Just let me pick up my drips everywhere. My drippage. Okay. Just a second. I feel like I have to rush because I've been off camera for too long. I feel bad. Okay. So, let me go ahead and bring the book around so you guys can see. Okay. So, see how we did the drips? That looks really cool. Thanks. So I just start the drips up here at the top, of course, and then I take my my big old brush I love to use, and just kind of hit that with water, and then it drips it down even more. Hit that with water at the top, and it drips it down more. But you have to have your book kind of like standing up. Not kind of, you do. Okay. So let me turn my book back around. I love how full and big my book is getting. So exciting. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some splatters. Some white splatters. And these white splatters are going to kind of represent stars, like this other side. So let's do that next. So just take some white cheap acrylic paint, mix it with a little bit of water. Okay. You can use a toothbrush, you can use a regular paintbrush, especially when it's kind of scruffy, not too fine, so it'll shoot off some splatters. But then you can also use a fan brush, which I think is what I'm going to use. Whatever I find first. Just a second, I'm looking for it. Oh, trying to kill myself with an X-Acto knife. Okay. Whatever I find first. Where am I going to find? Okay, why can I not find any of the brushes I need? That's really weird. I keep these cigarette box, not cigarette. Where are they? Alright, I guess I can use this one. I can't believe I can't find my fan brush and all that. Cigar boxes. And I keep all my main stuff that I love to use in these cigar boxes. That's weird. Oh my god, I'm starting to boil in my room again. Here it is. It's out. That's why I can't find it. It's right from my face. So I'm going to use this brush. Okay? So I made you wait long enough. Let's do the splatters. And after that, I'm going to take a second and go turn down my air conditioning because I am dying in my art studio here. All right. So let's do the splatters. Cool. I don't like that because that's not even a splatter. Just a blab. No major, just go like that and get rid of it. Okay. And Okay, I'm back. Whew. That air conditioner better come on. Okay. I live in Las Vegas, you guys. It is hot as hell here. Oh my goodness. Today's 104. Ridiculous. I don't know why I live here. I love the ocean. I used to live in Arizona. I moved from Arizona to Las Vegas. I don't even belong in the heat. I don't belong in the desert. I don't even know why I was ever born in the desert. Anyway, let me dry this really quick. I gotta dry the ink and the splatter, so it'll be just a minute. Okay. What is next? Okay, we're gonna do, we're gonna put our focal point on next. And I wanted to say this, I was just thinking about this while I was drying. A lot of times I'm sure people are like, how do you choose the colors for your background? Whatever my focal point, I always try to choose my focal point, even before I do my background, because then that's gonna tell me the colors that I want to use. Now let's say you're drawing something and you don't know what colors to use. Well, start looking at different color combinations. Whenever you're out and about and you see a color combination you like, it could be a picture, it could be a poster, it could be at the casinos we go there to go to the movies. The slot machines. Oh my God, you guys, they have the most beautiful colors. And I'll just take pictures of the slot machines because the color combinations are fabulous. So just start looking around all the time at color combinations. I'm trying to think of this artist's name. What is his name? He draws beautiful, beautiful art and he makes it into coloring books. I'm trying to think of his name. Maybe it'll hit me. I like to go on his site because he has a Facebook group, this guy I'm talking about, Bennett Klein. Bennett Klein. You guys, his drawings and his coloring books are fabulous. I need to start coloring in his coloring books and do some of those live with you guys. Bennett Klein. Go on his Facebook, join his Facebook group, or just go on there and you'll see people coloring and showing their coloring pages of his. They'll color his artwork because he makes coloring books out of all his drawings, all of his pen and inks. And people have the most beautiful color combinations. So again, there's another way to get color combinations. So, okay. I just need to kind of seal that down with a clip. All right, so let's go now to some inks. All right, so we're going to put, I hand drew, and then I painted this native warrior. Showed you guys yesterday. And this is just a copy on just some copy paper. because I knew I could paste that down. And, oh, this isn't even the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use the one that's a half, because this is the mess up. This is the mess up from the copier when I went to get copies made. She messed up on this one, and I'm like, this worked out perfect for what I'm doing today. So I'm not even using this one. I'm using this one. In fact, I need to put that away so I don't at least put it with the stuff that needs to go away. Okay, so that's going to go about right here. I'll put this here, something like that. Like this and like this. Just a second, you guys. I'm just playing for a second to kind of get an idea of what I want to do. I'm going to put my... I need to put this pot kind of hide the pot because this pot's not whole. It's it was a leftover piece because I cut something out. How do I want to do this? I had it perfectly yesterday, of course. All right, you know what? I'll work it out when I get there. I got to get this down. I could play all day with my collage bits. I ain't got time for all that. Get it down. Okay, so let me get my Modge, my homemade podge out. That'd make a cool shirt. Homemade podge. Yeah, I should get a strip that says homemade podge. That'd be kind of cool. Anybody want a shirt that says homemade podge on it? You guys are like, no. Okay. I'm serious. I'm gonna probably make myself a shirt that says homemade podge. Since I'm too cheap to buy Mod Podge, I make my own homemade podge. And that's from one of the girls here on YouTube. That is not me who gave me that idea how to make it. And I'm so thankful to her for that. I'm like, girl, thank you. You guys give me the best tips. It's just so cool. I love YouTube. I love you girls and guys. We just like all learn from each other and give each other ideas and tips. It's awesome. Let me tell you the best college you can go to, in my opinion, for art. YouTube. You can learn so much stuff. And you know what's cool? You can learn what you want to learn, what you're interested in learning. Not all the other stuff that you're like, okay, I have no interest in that. You can just basically make yourself a class on YouTube by watching videos of artists that you like, what they're doing, and learn from them. It's just for free. It's just awesome. Not that it's not awesome to take classes, because some people offer classes on YouTube. That's awesome too, for sure. Or taking a workshop. Oh, I'd love to take a workshop. If one comes to Vegas or something close by like California, I will go. I just haven't seen any that are like out this way. I'm sure I will. Okay, so we have him down. Okay, next. Oh, I don't want to use these. These are the thicker. These are from a book, so these are really thick. So I'm going to use my Eileen's Tacky on these. When I decide how the hell I'm doing this. Excuse my language. Sometimes you just get frustrated with yourself because you're like, what am I doing? Okay, that's what I'm doing. All right, I'm about to run out of my Eileen's Tacky, and I bought 2 of these, so I hope I can find the other one. What the heck did I do with it? Hopefully it's in this bottom drawer down here where I have a lot of extra stuff. I hope. Okay, I think I want that here. Okay. Go around with my baby wipe to wipe off the excess. Okay. There was one comment the other day, it was really cool. This girl's like, you just make me want to get out all my stuff. And that makes me really happy. I make you want to get out all your stuff and start doing some mixed media. I'm glad to inspire. I'm glad to get you excited. Get out your stuff. Because we buy all this stuff, we need to be using it. That's for sure. Okay. Next. We're going to do it like that, I believe. Yep. I want to go like that. No, I want to go like that. Okay. All right. Let's glue this down. I have a cool idea for my next spread in this book. And I got the idea from something. Oh, I went to the movies last night with my husband, and in the casino, again, I was looking at one of the I don't play the slot machines just because I live here, and I don't know, they're always here. They're even in the grocery store, you guys. It's amazing. Like, there's casinos in the grocery store. It's crazy. I'm used to it now. I don't even look at it, but when I first moved here, I was like, are you people nuts? But anyways, we went to the casinos, we were watching a movie, and I was looking at one of the slot machines again. Oh, I'm not going to say what it is, but it is gorgeous. What I saw, so it inspired me for my next spread in my book. And all these ideas that you're doing are all, and you put them in a book like this, which I love, just a book of art. But you can, these are ideas that you can take and put on wood or put on canvas. So this is a book of ideas, as well as like a book of art. You know? Yeah, we'll go like that. Yeah, I like that. Let me just check, make sure you guys are still there. Yep, you are. Okay. Like, are you guys still there? You're like, yes, Angela. All right. You know, my problem was I was caring too much about this broken piece, but that's kind of cool looking at this piece of pottery looks broken right there. That adds to the whole thing. Why am I trying to be perfect about anything? Forget perfection. For goodness sakes, I dripped all over my page with ink. I made like coffee cup stains. and I'm worried about being perfect. No. And the imperfections is what makes it so cool. Way cool. Okay, I'm just making sure that all these pieces are on here well. We don't want anything lifting. I think that looks fabulous. Let me ink around it and do a few things, and then I'll do a final turn around here in a second. But before we ink around, the next thing I want to do is I want to you know what I need to do? I need to make some more stars, like over my person, over my native warrior. Let me put something over the face so I don't get the face done. Like right there. Okay. And the reason I want to put stars over the warrior too is so that it brings the warrior and also my pieces, my pottery, it brings it into the painting. It makes it look like it's not just pasted on. Like maybe I painted all this together, you know? I've even done stuff like, a lot of times you guys will see me, I'll have some roses that I do and I'll stamp a script stamp right over the roses. It just brings it into the picture more. So it looks like you may have painted those or something. They weren't just glued on. So anything you can do to bring your pieces into the picture to make it look like it was painted, I think is awesome. Okay, that's cool. We will go around all this and put a shadow around this whole thing, but before I do that, we're going to do some fine work. I don't know if it's fine, but finer. With some white paint and a script brush. I love this brush, script liner brush. If you want to get one of these, because after you see the things I do with it, you might want to get one. They have them, and they have them everywhere. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, whatever. They're like $7 or $8, but use a coupon. I got lucky, you guys, and got these for $1 a piece, and these were like $7 or $8 when they had it 90% off at Hobby Lobby. I was in the artist section. I seen that. I was like, yes, please. I couldn't believe it. Especially when something costs $7 or $8 and even a 50% coupon. This was like 90% off. It was crazy. I'm never going to get over that sale, that 90% off sale. They had that going, like a lot of you girls know, from January up until like a month ago. It's crazy. Talk about good sales. Oh my gosh. Really quickly, I'm going to do, and I'll talk about the sale in a second. I'm going to do some medium-sized stars. The small stars were the splatters. The medium stars are going to be 3 flick outs. And you know what? Maybe I need to come in a little bit so you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about. Where am I at? Over here? Yeah, I'll work right over here. So it's like 3 little flick outs. You can take a star and flick out just 3 little flick outs. Okay? What I was going to say is I was watching a video yesterday, and this lady said that she was at Walmart, and they had a bunch of their yarn, really, like, okay, let me come out a little bit. Just a second, people, sorry. Okay, you guys saw what I was doing, the 3 flick outs. I just need to come out now so you guys cut, so I can go to other areas and hit it really quick, okay? Anyway, she had a video, and she said that Walmart had their yarn for like a lot of yarn for like $1.50, $1 a skein. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I just hit that $1.50 sale at Hobby Lobby. Again, that 70% off sale. I just got that on yarn at Hobby Lobby like 4 weeks ago. And I bought an insane amount of yarn. Anyway. And that's the only time I buy my yarn. I knit. I don't crochet, I knit. Is when they have the clearances. So I buy yarn probably 4 or 5 times a year. I don't buy all the time. I just wait till they clearance it out. Because you guys know I'm cheap. But anyway, I ran over there. Oh my goodness. I bought so much good yarn. I only spent like $60, which sounds like a lot. But you guys, I bought hundreds of dollars of worth of yarn. So I'm going to do a haul video pretty soon. Today or tomorrow. I want to do it today, but I knew I needed to do part 2 of this because I hadn't. I mean, some of you might have been waiting for me to get part 2 done, so I thought, you know what? I need to get that done. Plus, I was itching to finish this. I was like, I want to see it finished. Especially the pots, we're going to use those as little worlds, okay? Those are inside of these, like the sides of these pots and this plate, those are like little worlds, like little planets. So I'm throwing those 3 flick outs all over the place. Okay? I'm even going to throw some of those flick outs right around my warrior. I have 4 or 5 warriors that I painted a couple years ago, and this is one of them. I do not what can I love native art. And I saw an artist named JD Challenger from he lived in Arizona, and I used to be a hairstylist, and he used to come in, and he had his work like in all kinds of art studios in Scottsdale, and I always thought, oh, I'd love to be an artist like that. And one day I looked at a magazine, and I saw some of his stuff, and it just inspired me to start doing these warriors. And I painted like 4 or 5 in a row. I haven't done any for a while. I need to paint some more of them. Maybe I will. I'm kind of inspired now that I've done this. I'm going to paint some more warriors. I'll draw them out and maybe I'll paint them and do it as a video. That'd be cool. Okay, so now let's do some, what do you call it? Some shooting stars. Just put a dot down, flick out. That's it. There's a lot of dots already down, so you can just use a dot that's already there and flick out. I like to flick out because it looks like more of a shooting star. Okay. And you can use a, you could use a paint pen, but the reason I like to use the script, it's not a script, this liner brush, is because it just gives a more like a real like look. It looks too perfect, I think, if you use a paint pen. It looks like, okay, you made a mark. But when you do this, it really looks like there's some shooting stars. Because they're not perfect. Because you don't want them perfect. Nothing in nature is perfect. No shooting star is perfect. Right? Right. You're like, okay, Angela. At least that's how I see it. Maybe you see it differently. And if you do, that's fine. It's your world. You can do whatever you want. You're like, I want perfect shooting stars, Angela. Then you can make them. Okay. We got shooting stars going everywhere. Now, you know what I want to throw in? Do I? I kind of want to throw some lightning in. You know what? I want to throw some lightning in over here. I don't know if I want lightning here or not. I want to throw some lightning in over here. So I'll show you guys how I do lightning. Okay. So I like to start in the corner and just take my brush and you just squiggle with your liner brush. Thick and thin lines, that's what lightning is. I collect pages of lightning when I see them in magazines. Or if I see some cool lightning like on the news, I'll get my phone out. You know, on the news, I'll show if there's some really awesome lightning. And I'll rewind it back, the news, and I'll take a picture of that lightning. Just so I can get different types of lightning. And cool. And what you'll notice is there's no right or wrong. I mean, just lightning just, it's nature. It just comes, it's just so many different forms and shapes of lightning. It's really cool. Okay, so there we go. I just threw some lightning in there. I will turn this around though so you guys can see that, okay? But hopefully you guys, let me look at my thing. Hopefully you guys got a good view of me doing that lightning. Oh yeah, you did. Okay. Did I do enough of everything yet? Shooting stars, that. Just a second. I'm gonna look at some stuff I've done before, just to make sure. What else am I missing? Anything? No, this looks good. Okay. What I want to do is do some shading. Okay. With my gelato. You can use a Faber-Castell gelato. You can use a watercolor pencil, which I do use that too. You can use you can use a little bit of acrylic paint. Water it down a little bit and use that to smoke out your edges. So let's do a smoke out. There's another t-shirt, you guys. Let's do a smoke out. Can you imagine wearing a shirt that said that? They'd be like, girl, what are you smoking? Oh, Lord. So I'm going to make a t-shirt that says homemade podge and make another t-shirt that says smoke out. And you know what's funny? Hope there's no kids watching my channel. Sometimes there is. But cannabis is legal here in Las Vegas now. So for me saying that is like, okay, Angela, calm down. And I don't partake. I have asthma. So I don't have the lung capacity to do so. So if any of you guys are like, what? All right. Okay. Love that. So I just took a baby wipe to all of that. All right. Next, I want to smoke out or shade all the way around my drawing. And I think when you do this, when you put this shadow around it all, or your little smoke out, I'm gonna go around the outside of everything just all at one time. I think it just really makes it look like it was like painted into the picture. Okay. And I'm going to use, I think, my baby wipe again. As Lori Maureen Jenkins, which I told you guys about her, I love her. She's a mixed media artist. Check her out. She's inspired me a lot. I've learned a lot from her. She likes to use her spit with her Stabilo to do this. I guess, like I've said a million times, people think it's gross. I think it's flippin' hilarious. And I use my spit too now. I got that from her. Like sometimes it's just more convenient to use your spit. I talk about it every time I'm on here. I know she got me spitting. I'm sure she got some of you guys spitting too. And some of you guys watch her too. She's awesome. Okay. Just a second, let me just get a little more smoke out here. Especially down here at the bottom. I may not even use a big one, but I may just use my finger because I kind of want it more heavy right here. Yeah. Because you don't have to use, you don't have to even wet a gelato. You can just use your finger and it spreads out. I just sometimes like to use the baby wipe because it's fast. It's really fast and it smokes it out pretty good. Sometimes I just like to use my finger. It just depends on how it's going. Like right now, instead of spit, I just wet my finger and go like that and just kind of spread it around a little bit if it's gotten too thick or something. Cool. Love this. Love. You know what I'm sitting there thinking about is if I want to put some lightning, like just coming down like this. Just lightning coming down this side. But you know what? I think not. I think I like the way it is. Sometimes you just do too much. Okay. Let me turn this around so you guys can see. I don't know how long I've been on here for. I feel like it's been a long video. I don't know. The videos are always long. But you know what I like about a long video? You don't got to search for another video. So, I love me a long video. Give me an hour or two so I can just do my whatever I'm working on. I'm always working on something. And I can watch a long video. I don't have to look for another video. That's what I like about it. Okay. Now don't worry. If I can't finish the video, I can watch it later. Okay, you guys. That is it. Finished. What do you think? I think this turned out so cool. I love it. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, that's what the bottom looks like. So you guys can see it at the bottom. And there's that. there's that. And let me come down a little bit. I think that turned out really, really cool. I hope you guys like it. I hope you're inspired. Get yourselves out your some collage bits. Get yourself out some collage colored bits. Find some cool focal points. You know, you don't have to use any of the stuff I use. You can use acrylic paints to create this whole thing. Okay, guys? You don't have to use stencils. You can make marks with things around the house for your background, which I did a whole, I think my last video, I used just things around the house to do all my markings. I didn't use stencils. I didn't use stamps. So that is it. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything the way I wanted it. I do. I think I'm good. Okay, you guys, that is it. And really quick, I just want to say thank you guys. So many people have left me so many beautiful comments. You guys are so, so supportive. You're so sweet. And it means the world to me. Thank you so much. It helps me know what I'm doing counts. It works. People like it. It's worth doing. So thank you guys so much for all your sweet, sweet comments and all your support. I really appreciate it. Okay, you guys, that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that's great. Any comments or